Hi, this is Danny Merrill in Tucson, Arizona, and my email address is Danny, D-A-N-N-Y, period, Marrow, M-A-R-R-O-W, at gmail.com. I prefer to talk to people on Skype face-to-face about business, investments, loans, movies, whatever subject. And my Skype ID would be William D. Marrow Jr., Tucson, Arizona. And my ID is Danny, D-A-N-N-Y, period, Marrow. And I've talked to people every day by Skype all over the world. But I want to talk to you tonight about the United States of America. If I had a name, I would refer to it as the decline and fall of the United States of America. Now I know that when you hear that, you may cringe and say, that can never happen here. Well, the question is, why can that not happen here? Let me explain a few things to you. Number one, we are $14 trillion in debt as a nation. I consider that one of the evidences of our decline and fall. Number two, we have lost our AAA credit rating. We're now a 2 credit rating, 2 A's in place of 3. That is a second evidence of decline and fall of this country. Thirdly, we have an increase in sexual perversion in this nation. In Arizona, they have 12,000 registered pedophiles. And if you go through the list of every state, this is increasing every year. Excuse me. We also have serial killers in prison. The FBI, I'm told, is tracking over 500 potential serial killers. So, in addition to that, I studied criminal psychology, and I studied serial killers. And the increase of serial killers is astounding. In one day in Los Angeles, California, they had 400 people arrested, accused of murder. And it seems like that every day, every month, and every year, that the degeneration of society is getting worse. And you have the pedophiles who rape and kill little boys and little girls, dismember them, set them on fire, makes no difference. There is a trial going on now of 2 men that broke into the home of a doctor, raped and murdered his wife, raped and set on fire his 11-year-old daughter, tied to the bed while she was still alive. The doctor was beaten badly and escaped. One of these men has been sentenced to death, and the other one is on trial now. And if you look at the newspaper or you look at the news every day, this has become almost a normal event every day, where women will go to a bar and they get someone offers them a ride or a drink or whatever, and the next thing, this person disappears, they find them dead, and so forth. The children are worse. The serial killers are worse. The pedophiles are worse. And on top of that, you have now that men want to be considered married to a man, and a woman wants to be considered married to a woman, which is not normal behavior. Oh, I know that the psychiatrists and the psychologists would say this is normal, and I don't subscribe to bullying homosexuals or lesbians or making fun of them. But I also believe that their lifestyle is not normal. They do not create a family as was intended to be the case between a man and a woman. And now we have these laws and these legal actions that say that it's legal in some of the U.S. states for a man to marry a man and a woman to marry a woman. I think this is an absolute sign of the decline and ultimate fall of the United States of America. Now, if you want to look at Babylonian history in its last days and Medio-Persian history in its last days and Greek history in its last days and Rome in its last days, all of these empires had problems with sexual perversion, homosexuality, lesbianism, and orgies. I mean, all-out orgies of sexual acts of every kind that you can think of before their final fall. And this is what's happening. And also in our society today in the United States of America, we have so many of the preachers, evangelists, pastors that have a delusional idea that they are prophets. And they're running around laying hands on people and prophesying that they will be healed of some sickness or infirmity. And what happens, in many cases, the people are not healed, and in some cases, the people stop taking their medication because some evangelist or pastor prophesied they were going to be healed, they need to stop taking their medicine, and they died. Now, these are not just, accusations. These are facts that can be backed up. I worked with drug addicts for 6 years. I had a young girl, 23 years old, going to college in Norfolk, Virginia, and she was told, after I was no longer involved with her as ministering to her the Bible, and she was told to quit taking her medicine, and she died. She dropped dead. Well, this is a terrible, terrible, terrible sin for these preachers to commit the sin of presumption, that because they declare or allegedly prophesy in the name of Jesus Christ that someone would be healed or some event's going to happen in their life, they're going to get a Cadillac car, a brand new house, $1 million. This is cruel and unusual punishment to those listeners. And those people are going to answer for that one day. Make no mistake about it. Because the cruelty they've inflicted upon Americans, you could probably fill up the country with books on it. So we see all these things going on, and we act like an ostrich and stick our head in the sand. The other thing that is causing the decline and ultimate fall of America is crack cocaine and other drugs that the people are consuming. Did you know that in many cities of America, in the black neighborhoods, on every corner almost, someone is selling crack and thousands and hundreds of thousands are using it. You can't work a job and use crack. You cannot have a normal mind using crack. And the ultimate decline and fall will occur due to all of these circumstances that I've tried to outline to you. Ladies and gentlemen, I am concerned for the future of your children and my children. I probably won't live very long, but I can assure you, neither will this country, neither will the nation of the United States of America be a sovereign nation much longer. And that brings up another point. We have some people that want to apologize to the Middle East and to Europe for us having been the most powerful nation in the world. Well, I think that's also a evidence of the decline and ultimate fall of the United States of America. Here we've got some very wonderful young men and women dying in Afghanistan, dying in Iraq, dying in Somalia, dying in Yemen, dying in a variety of places that you never see in the news. And it's a shame that their fighting is in vain, because it won't save the country. Even though they're great people, I'm a former veteran myself. And even though it won't save the country, ladies and gentlemen, because the demoralization and degeneration of this nation is what's going to cause the ultimate fall. It's already in a decline, downhill, slippery slope way to the ultimate collapse of the country. Now, as an American, I certainly hope that don't happen. But when I see what's going on every day, I'd like for someone to explain to me how it's not going to happen. Thank you.